What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Our Perspective podcast with my other host.
I say,
And here we got two special guests.
yes, sir. You got the guys. Introduce yourselves.
Yo, was good podcast.
What happened? His mic cut out.
Yo, Mike, did
Bro,
cut out a little bit.
bro, it was-
that intro.
It was, oh my god. Okay, that problem won't happen again, but it happens every day. It was the damn LAN cable, bro. It just disconnects for some reason.
All right,
Bro.
all right. Now, other person, introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself, Tony.
I'm absolutely fried. This is Hassel, y'all. Yo.
So this gonna be a kind of like episode where we kind of just talking, but at the same time, obviously, we gonna have questions, and it's probably gonna be more centered around like relationships and stuff, love, etc. But like I said, there's gonna be some freestyling. So, with that being said, first question is: does money buy happiness? Does anyone want to start?
Absolutely. Oh, I'll gladly start though.
I feel like it depends on the person, to be honest.
I think that
Yeah, too. That's true.
I think nothing's ever just yes or no. I think there's a lot of nuance to everything, and you can't really just say yes or no to questions like these.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a smart.
I'm thinking with his brain a little bit.
Alex, I also agree with what Alex said, but it does depend on the person. Like, some people value money more than others because some people have less money than others. But the
Mhm.
people that have more money view it as nothing because they have it, and that was never a problem. So it really just depends on who you're asking. Because if you ask me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say yes. You ask Isaiah, he gonna say yes. But
Mm-hmm.
Isel might not say yes. Alex might not say yes. It just depends on who you're asking and what their experience is with money and how it's affected them throughout their life.
Another thing is also like if you have all the money in the world and everything you want, there could be something you're missing. Like if you have all the money in the world and you're like by yourself and you're not in a relationship or whatever, like you alone. So it's like you have no one to share that wealth with and you just there. So it's like you have everything you really wanted, but like, do you?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Um, the way I think about it is like money gives you the ability to buy the comfortability to be happy.
Yeah.
Like you give yourself the opportunity to do more things if you have more money, if you really look at it. Whereas like, I wouldn't say that people who have more money just don't care about it as much, because some people that do have a lot of money right now came from absolutely no money. So
Exactly.
they understand what it's like not to have it.
Yeah.
But because like, okay, let's say you have a millionaire right now and you strip that away from them, they will care about that money so much.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't say they don't care about that. But for me, I think
it's not that they don't care.
it's
They
like
just don't value it as much because
yeah,
they
they don't.
have it.
People who have the money won't really value the money as much as someone who don't have the money will. Because it's like if you were born
I
into
don't
wealth, that's not gonna work.
necessarily believe that's true, simply because of the lengths they have gone through to get all that money.
Fair, but also if you're just born into generational wealth, then it's like you're not gonna value it as someone who was born broke and who didn't have as much as they had.
I feel like it is all perspective based, because
Podcast
for me,
name.
they definitely care about that money. I'm telling you, they definitely care about that money. They
Yeah,
wouldn't
if they didn't,
they
would've-
wouldn't know how to be without that money.
Yeah.
They have to care about that money.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I was locked in for a second.
Yeah, me too. I was okay locked in. It was three of us, wheel to wheel.
But
Ooh.
I think I don't know, because I feel like you find happiness everywhere. It's not just like money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
'Cause,
you don't
like,
need money
the
to be
people that
happy.
because the people that don't have money, there are happy people that just don't have money. Like, what do you say to
Even
them?
sometimes, even people who don't got none, they still happy.
Yeah, because you find people find things to be happy about. No, like no matter what, because you're not trying to be sad about shit.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's just how it is. Why didn't
Alex,
it
you
let
got
me
anything
join?
else to say about it?
Low key, no.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Go ahead. Do you have anything else to say?
Nah, I'm low key just more of a listener though.
Okay. So, do y'all think that like people, like humans, are like naturally selfish, like or just selfless? Like, are they selfish or selfless? That side says there's like a
Does
whole other
no,
story.
no, no. Just like doesn't matter which way you look at it.
Elaborate.
If everybody is selfish
Mhm.
Mhm.
and it's just innate that we are all equally selfish, then does it matter? We're all just equally selfish, and that's just that.
I feel like low key, everyone is born to be selfish. Everyone's born to be that way. Because at the end of the day, you're living for yourself. You're not living for nobody else. You're not living based on other people's choices and decisions. You're living on based on your own. But the only way that people are selfless is if you choose to be selfless and you choose to care about others and others and things like that. But
But
I think
okay,
naturally everyone is selfish.
couldn't you technically say that you wanting to help someone else is you being selfish because you want that?
No, because being selfish involves yourself.
You're going okay, right? But this is you seeking out a way to make yourself feel better through doing an action to help someone else.
Not if you just want to do it just because they need the help. That's not being selfish. Because if it's selfish, then you're
See,
just doing it for
but
you. But you're
that's where
not.
the innate selfishness comes from.
That was I ain't gonna lie.
Nah.
I mean,
Cause think
I
about
see the
it.
point that you're making though.
yeah,
Cause
for
think
sure.
about it. Okay, okay, let's say you see someone here that needs help, right? You want to go help them. They need help. When you help that person, you will feel better that they were helped.
Hmm.
That is just an innate thing that will occur in your brain knowledgeably, which is why like you want to do the good thing because the good thing feels good.
Mm.
I see your point.
That boy smart when he off that.
At the same time, though, I feel like I feel like colloquially be used both ways.
Yeah.
No, it
Depending,
definitely can.
it all really depends on the person you
It
are.
definitely can.
That's the thing. Because it's like, because some people they use others as an outlet to kind of express themselves. Like they help other people to make themselves feel better, like you said.
Mhm,
And it's like the only reason they're helping you in the first place is to lift themselves up and make themselves feel better about themselves.
mhm.
So it's like it really comes down to the type of person they are that determines if they're selfish or selfless. Alex, my boy,
Mhm.
you got something to say on this statement, son?
No, my fault.
What?
Hold on, I'm talking to my mom real quick. I'm sorry.
You
Oh,
good?
nah, you're good, son. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know if somebody's genuine?
You don't.
You don't.
Yeah, see, we
Why,
finally
son?
agree on something.
No, nobody knows anything about anybody.
I told you
Word
this.
of word of bro. Dante's been saying this for yeah. He said this yesterday, and he
Nobody's
said this in
ever
the other
honey.
episode.
Hycel,
Like
I'm so happy you said this because I literally stayed up all night, literally telling him this, bro.
Oh, that's how true it is.
Yes.
people always got something they don't want to tell you, and that's just a fact. And that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but it's just what it is.
Exactly.
Nobody's ever telling you everything, and you just gotta live with that.
Took the
And we
words
spit.
right out my mouth because I'm like, I was hoping he would say that you don't because I'm like, I'm like, I
Bro.
know you don't.
That boy spitting, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think it's okay to outgrow friends?
Um,
I'm actually interested.
I
in
think it is okay to outgrow your friends if they're dead set on being outgrown. But like I think you should also attempt to help your friends grow with you, because were you really a good friend if you decided to just let them stay like that? I feel like it goes both ways.
Yeah, I think
I feel
that's
like it low key depends.
Like
Cause
the
it's like,
people that you're around have to want to grow as well.
mm-hmm.
And if they're not willing
Because
to
if they
do
don't want to
that,
grow, then they're just not gonna grow with you. They just kind of want
yeah,
to hold you back a little bit. That's
and
why it's like in
themselves.
some, yeah, and that's why it's like in some aspects, I feel like it's okay to outgrow friends. Cause it's like if they're not, if they're always getting you into some shit, and they're always putting you through something, or always end up in every time you're with them, you always end up in some shit. That's not good for you, and like you shouldn't be friends with that person. Cause it's
But
like
that's
every
why
time
I'm
you're with them, there's nothing
saying
good that
it
comes
goes
from it.
both ways, because it's like you dag, because like it should also be on you to try to stray your friend away from getting like into situations like that
Yeah,
and getting
100%.
you into situations like that.
But if that person don't want to get out that situation, and that's just
Then
on
yeah,
them,
nah, then yeah.
and you just gotta leave them there and say it is what it is. Cause at the end of the day, you tried, but they didn't want the help, so that's just on them.
Facts. I think it is okay to outgrow them if, like y'all said, they aren't trying. Like, obviously, you should try to help your friends grow with you. That's like what friendships low key are.
yeah.
That's how they develop.
Yeah.
But like, if they're not even trying, bruh, it's a lost cause, twin.
And you also have to consider like, bro, this is just life. Like you're going to outgrow
Oh
people
yeah,
whether you want
facts.
to
That's
or whether
true.
you
That's
don't.
true.
You feel me?
It just
Because
happens.
But like, s- keep going.
everybody like everyone's life has their own course. So if you if, let's say you go to one state and then they're in a different state, 9 times out of 10 y'all are gonna grow distant. That's normal.
Hmm.
You feel me? So in scenarios like that, outgrowing people is perfectly fine. You feel me?
Mhm.
Because it's not like you did it on purpose. That's natural. That's just life taking its course. So in that scenario, yes, outgrowing friends is perfectly fine. It happens.
No, sorry. Uh, no, I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's not even just outgrowing, because yeah, you just grow distant sometimes, and that's just how life is.
Yeah.
You gotta go through your life.
Yeah,
You don't.
everybody
Sometimes
has
you don't
their own
have the
path at
time
the
to
end of the
worry
day.
about everybody, and you just gotta keep going with what you got going, and that's just what it is, because you gotta keep going.
Yeah. Facts.
Can't be stopping for others like that. Otherwise, you're never not gonna get nowhere.
Indeed.
I got a serious question for y'all.
Okay.
Why do people ghost instead of being honest? Why do you think that people go ghost instead of being honest?
Ooh, he wants to talk.
Yeah, now we in the real good conversation. I don't know.
That's a tricky one.
I feel like low key,
Doc could
I
go
feel
so
like,
many ways about this.
oh, you might hear my ways, and I don't know if 100% you're gonna agree with most of the things that I'm gonna say. I
We gonna
feel
see.
like
We gonna see.
the reason people ghost is because, again, there's also comes down to the type of person they are. Because most of the time that when people go ghost, it's never for no reason. Always for a
Definitely.
reason. And it's most likely something, there was an issue that happened between you two, and that person doesn't want to fix it or talk about it. Whether that is a friend or your significant other, whatever the case may be. But if that person is avoiding the issue and tries to go ghost on you about the issue, that issue is always going to sit in the back of your mind. Because at the end of the day, if it was something that you had questions about, now you're never going to get answers because that person wanted to never talk to you or about the situation again. And I feel like they try to do it because it's like they think that that's what's best for the situation and for everyone involved. But that doesn't help anything at all. It just makes everything way worse. I saw you look like you got something to say to
Hmm.
I'm thinking so hard right now about the question, because okay, it's like very obviously you could say someone ghosted someone because they were uncomfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Fuck that. People are uncomfortable all the time. You don't stop talking to people just because you're uncomfortable. You know? Uh like going a little deeper, I guess you could say they were they would rather cut this communication off without all the altercation of having it be a big old thing, you know, and
Yeah, they
just
would
leave it
rather
at
cut you
that,
off than to have the
and just
conversation.
leave it and just leave it at that, because then that's just all it was. That's that. You know, move on. That's that. Uh, or then you could go towards the route where it's like they were ashamed to even, you know, attempt to have this conversation like a grown fucking person, and then, you know, that's just where you're at, and you're never. That's just that you're ghosted.
I just
That's
feel
why it's
I
like
like,
it
feel like
also
those are
comes
the
down
three
to the
ways.
level of maturity. Because it's like if it's a small issue that can simply be fixed, there's no reason that the conversation should not have happened. And
Indeed.
there's no reason to ghost someone over a simple, mature conversation that should have been had. Because like if you really valued and cared about that person, then there's no reason why you didn't say anything and have that conversation with them.
Hmm.
Especially when it comes to relationships, because it's like if there's an issue, a relationship works both ways. It's not 100% and 0%. No, a relationship is 50-50. That's very it might be controversial for some people, but for me, a relationship is 50-50 because you both have to put in order for it to work. And it's
I
like if
definitely
there's
agree
an
with that.
yeah, and it's like if there's an issue, you have to want to both fix it. You have to both want to talk about it because if not, that issue is never gonna go away. The more you try to avoid it, it's never gonna go away because it's gonna be on everybody's mind.
hmm
So it's like if you don't talk about it, the problem isn't gonna get fixed, and the relationship is just gonna slowly go downhill. Oh shit, did it crash? Oh shit,
Yo, bro.
my bad. Oh, that's a big crowd. My bad,
Come
guys.
on, bro.
My bad. But yeah, it's like it just comes down to the level of maturity because it's like, like I said, if you value that person, whether it's a friend or a relationship, especially in relationships, you have to talk to that. It's not that if you don't want to or you have to. It's a conversation that needs to happen if you want to keep the relationship going and if you want to keep it alive.
or
Because
if you
if
just
you
want to
don't have
grow.
that too, and it's like if you don't want to have the conversation, you're not gonna get nowhere.
Hmm.
It's not gonna lead to nothing but just straight arguments and fights, and then eventually I just gonna separate and just be gone. It's like for what over a simple conversation that both could have sat down and had, and everything would have been okay. But it's
Yeah.
like sometimes people just want to do it the difficult way, and that ends up coming back to bite them in the ass at the end.
I mean,
But that's just how some people are, I guess.
I just think the concept of it is kind of weird because it's just like, if you really didn't want to talk to somebody, what's the point of ghosting them? Like, just be honest with them.
That too. Like if you don't want
That
to talk to
is.
someone and don't want nothing to do with them,
Hmm.
just say that. There's no reason for you to just go ghost and leave them unanswered.
That's genuinely been like the one thing on my mind. What are you doing? Why are you wasting your time and someone else's?
Mhm.
What is happening? Do we what I actually don't understand.
It's very interesting, bro.
Alex.
Mm, like, I like just 100% agree, bro. You shouldn't need to ghost someone. You should be honest if you want to actually talk to them, and I guess make a connection. Like, you
Yeah,
can't
because it's
just leave
yeah.
people on seen or read, ghost them.
Can we talk
Uh,
about
Especially
wait, can we
like
touch on that? Like the difference
huh?
between leaving somebody on scene and leaving somebody on delivered?
no, I don't think we did.
No,
We can't
I
touch on
said
that
can
though.
we touch on that?
Oh yeah,
That
we can talk.
oh
We can talk
my
about it right because it's like leaving people on scene and leaving people delivered are two different things. Because especially especially if it's if it's something like this, like if it's like a back and forth, and it's like there's an issue there, and like the one person wants to fix it and the other doesn't, and if you leave that person on scene,
That's disrespectful.
that's just fucked up.
That's just fucked.
Because
Yeah.
it's like you see that that person is trying to fix the issue and trying to talk it out with you, and then you just leave them there,
What's wrong
and
with you?
you let them know that you read what they said and you just left them there.
What's wrong with you?
Now, if you leave that person undelivered, it's like they have a maybe they read it, maybe they didn't. They don't know if he'll answer because they're still
And
waiting
then
for
when
you to
you
say
don't
something.
answer 30
And when you
years
don't say
later,
anything,
oh,
it
I
just
understand
messes it up
now.
anyways.
And like, it also comes back to like petty nature as well. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm petty. You feel me?
Mhm.
If
Oh,
I
we
feel
know.
disrespected, I'm gonna do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to, if you leave me undelivered for a hella long time, I'm probably gonna do the same thing. But that's
Yeah.
not just it's not even just because of like pettiness, it's because I care. A lot of
Yeah.
people forget like pettiness comes from a place of care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't do it in the first place.
Where?
You feel me? So, but that's just all I have to say. I just feel like they're both disrespectful, but I definitely could see how one is more disrespectful than the other. You know what I mean? Because it's like
Yeah.
delivered, you don't know if they saw your message. Seen, you
But
know
red
they saw
is
your
like
message.
you let them know that you saw it. You let them, you
Like, why
acknowledge
would you
them that they
go out
read
of
it.
your way to do that?
Especially if you know that person and you know that that's gonna fuck with their head. Why would you even
Like,
open
what's
it?
wrong with you?
Like you opened it and didn't even say anything. Because that person could have been saying how they felt about the whole situation and could have been there fighting for the whole thing, and you're just there and you just read it. That's it. You didn't say nothing. You didn't bother to fight back. None of that. You just left them there. That's fucked up. Because what did they do
I
to
just,
what did
I
they do
just,
to deserve to get left on red?
I don't
What did they do
understand
because
the
of that?
intention of like just like going into a message without the intention to answer a message. Like, what is the idea there? What are we doing?
Yeah. But like that's the thing, like everything we do as humans is questionable. Everything we do can be questionable.
So true.
So, sometimes we just get left with questions that don't get answered. And it sucks. But it just is what it is.
Hmm.
But it's like sometimes in some cases, no answer is your answer.
Yeah. Sure.
Hmm.
Alex like, I like this.
Mm.
Because in some cases, no answer is your answer. Like that alone should be enough for you because it's like clearly you can clearly see that that person didn't give a fuck enough to say something back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just let you know that they read it and they just didn't care.
And that's when you have to make a business decision on what you want to do going forward. Like, are you gonna keep this person here? Or you just gonna move on with your life?
Hmm.
That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, there's no reason to ghost someone that you actually, or like leave them on red if you actually care for them.
Yeah, no,
Hmm.
it's pointless.
And it's just like if there's something you have to say it. There's no reason
Right.
to hide it. There's no reason to avoid it because it's like, what's the point?
Facts. Rather you be honest with me,
Again, we're
Exactly.
just
I'd rather you be honest
wasting
than just
time.
lie
And
straight to my face.
and
right?
Just
Rather the truth any
wasting
day, bro.
time.
but this goes back
'Cause,
to
like,
how
even
we
though the truth gonna hurt, you lying is gonna be even worse, especially when you find out the truth.
Yeah,
That shit
like
is gonna hurt even more.
Like, why? Like, yeah, it's just more steps to that, bruh.
but that goes back to how we don't know people. No.
Yeah, we don't
We
know
don't know what they're
nobody
thinking.
hundred
I
percent.
don't know what you guys are thinking in your
true.
head. You feel me? Like y'all could be my sworn enemies. I would never know.
Thinking of
You feel
slamming
me?
you out, Dante.
Exactly.
Watch your back.
Like we would never know. And that's the thing. That's the thing part that sucks because we just have to bank on trust. That's
Yeah,
it.
bro.
You just have to put your trust. And it's the most dangerous thing that you can do because a lot of
But
the
you gotta
times
do
you
it.
get hurt because of it. But you have to do it. You don't have a choice. Because if you go into a relationship with no trust, That's not gonna work.
That's not a relationship.
It's
Exactly.
not, because how are you in a relationship with someone and you don't trust them?
Exactly. But at
A,
the
a
same
whole
time, when you're in
relationship
a
is a
relationship and you notice your partner doing things, you have the right to question that. It doesn't
you
mean you don't
100% have the
trust
right to
them.
question that.
It just
You
means
just
this is
you just
unusual
want to know,
behavior and you need to
and why
know
are you doing
why
it?
is this
Yeah.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like questions at the end of the day, they're nothing more than just questions. Obviously, depending on the question, yeah, but it's like obviously whatever it is, you did something to make them think that way, to have that question in the first place. They didn't just pull that question out of the blue. There's a reason behind why they asked. And maybe you didn't know that you were doing that and making them feel this way. So it's like, okay, if you heard them out and then maybe change whatever you were doing, okay, cool, problem solved. But if you keep doing it, then it's like, what is that changing? Because you're just making that person feel some type of way, and you're not taking their feelings and their thoughts into consideration. Oh, you're only thinking about yourself. So it's like
Mhm.
that's not gonna work. And it's like, I got a question for you people. How y'all feel about cheating?
I
I don't.
actually despise it, bro.
Okay. Just so okay, for me, it's the same thing as ghosting. What is the point of talking to like
That's
just cut off
Mhm.
communication. Just tell
that's
Mhm.
them
what I'm
that you don't
saying.
want to talk anymore. Stop.
Exactly.
Just
But
like
like you're
what?
hurting them instead. Like just let them go.
Like for what?
But
It's like,
you
yo,
cheat.
Yeah, like
It's
for
Why not?
what?
selfishness.
I
It's
said this in
selfishness.
the other episode. I wasn't really allowed to say it's okay because Dante finna cut it out in editing. But it's like, if you a cheater, 'cause it's
Fuck.
like what's the point of you cheating? I don't understand people who cheat.
Actually,
If
bro.
you don't want to be with that person anymore,
Right?
then break up with that person. There's no reason that you're staying with them
It's
and doing
just
whatever
pure
with somebody else for what?
maliciousness.
Yeah, that
It's
shows you don't
Because
just
at the
care,
end of the
bro.
day, you're gonna be mad when that person leaves. But for what
like
though?
you're
What are you
just
getting mad
being
for?
a bad
You
person
cheated
to
on
be
them.
a bad person, bro.
And it's like there will be some people who will blame it on things like, oh, you don't give me enough attention, you don't do this. At the end of the day, that's something that could have been spoken about like a mature person, and that could have been fixed. But no, you decided to go and cheat and do this, and now guess what? Everything is gone. For what?
And I
You threw away your home for a hotel. For what?
Now wait, whoa, whoa.
For what, bro?
There's one very meticulous situation where it
Mm.
is slightly acceptable, and that is if you're in a real dangerous situation in a household. I If you are in a dangerous relationship, sometimes you can't leave that of your own free, volition.
Uh
And that's what that is. I'm not elaborating further.
huh.
But
uh,
but hmm,
I just
I'm
feel like
trying to
there's
say
just no point in cheating.
there
Because
isn't.
what you gain nothing out of it.
literally gain nothing.
Because for a fact, the only reason you're, because people do it for no reason, which is like, what the hell is the point of that? Because that also, like I just
For
said,
the
you threw
fun
away
of
your
the game.
home.
No, it's not
You
for
threw
no
away your
reason.
home
There's
for
a
a
reason.
hotel,
There's
bro.
a
It's
reason.
for the fun of the sport.
Remember,
Like, if
For
you
the love
don't
of the
care
game.
about that person, if you don't want to be with that person anymore, whatever the case may be, just break up with them. Just leave them.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the
remember,
end of the day, you're not hurting yourself. The only person you're hurting is the person that you're with and that you're cheating on.
Right? And if you have
Because
love for them or care for them, like
in any type of way,
you wouldn't even
exactly.
think to put them in that situation to do that to them.
Like, if you really cared about that person and loved them, there's no reason you would cheat on them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a relationship with that person, there's no reason cheating should ever come to your mind or any of that, because you're with that person for a reason. And it's like, okay, if you start losing feelings and you don't want to be with that person anymore, okay,
just
say
talk
that.
about it. Yeah.
Say that. Sit down and have a mature, grown conversation and talk about it. There's no reason that you should go and be like, okay, I'm gonna go do this with this person because you're not doing this or not doing that, or you make me feel like that. At the end of the day, everything all comes down to you deciding to sit down and have a conversation. Everything requires a conversation.
And actions speak louder than words.
It does, because it's like, even if let's say it wasn't physically cheating, because at the end of the day, not all cheating is physical cheating.
Yeah.
It could be emotional cheating. It could be whatever the. And we you know what, we're gonna touch on that right after this. But it's like even if you didn't physically do anything with anyone, if you still talk to someone,
Entertained.
you entertain them, and it's like you still cheated. Because what was the point? What was your intentions on texting them or calling them in the first place? Clearly, you had intentions and you had a motive for the reason you did it. You didn't do it for no reason. They're not just a friend. No, you did it for a reason. So that counts as cheating. And especially like if it's like the little compliments or little, oh, you look nice today, oh, this the little mini flirting, that also counts as cheating. And I don't care what people say, I ain't gonna hold you. If you even think of someone else low key, that's still cheating too in my book. 'Cause what the hell? What is the thought of somebody else coming in your head for?
Yeah, especially if you're with that person. Like, if you're
Facts.
with
Exactly.
them,
There's
like
no reason
What
that
is what
anyone
are you
else
doing?
you
besides me
should
should be
never
in your head.
be thinking of
What
them.
the hell?
Bugging.
Because it's like clearly that's just mentally cheating. Because at that point, no. Because look, because look, at that point, it's like if that person is in your head, there's a reason for that. They're not there for no reason. Clearly, there's some feelings there or something for them. That's why that thought is there in the first place. Because you're not just gonna randomly think of that person. So it's like
Yeah.
you clearly have something towards them, and it's in your head now. And now that's gonna come into terms with your relationship, and it's gonna mess up the whole relationship now because it's like now you're not in it anymore. Because if you were in it, that person would never came to your head. Now you're not in it. Now you're thinking of this person. So obviously, once you think of another person, that relationship is over. No matter what, that relationship is over. Because you don't love that person anymore. You think you do, but you don't. Because if you did and you wanted to be with them, nobody else would cross your mind but them. It would be them 24/7.
About
Anybody got anything to say on that?
I just want to say that it comes down to, but like you also have to be, you have to sometimes you actually have to put your feelings and emotions aside for the sake of yourself. Because obviously you love a person, whoop de whoop, but if this person is treating you like shit and you're
Mhm.
just allowing it to happen, slowly but surely it's gonna stress you out more and more to the point where you might end up dead.
Mhm.
It's just the truth. Stress kills people.
Some people might also think they're the problem.
Yes, they get guilty when they
Mhm.
shouldn't be.
Like,
They feel that guilt and they have no reason to feel that guilt. It's only
Yeah.
because that person is making you feel that guilt because they're guilty of something. So they
exactly.
figure that the best way is to throw that on you and make you feel some type of way like you did something wrong when you didn't do a single thing wrong. Like if you did something or you're feeling away, don't lie. Grow up, be mature, and speak about it. So what if that person's gonna be mad? Okay, but guess what? They're gonna be mad anyways when they have to find out from somebody else. That's not gonna change the fact that they're gonna be mad because at the end of the day, you still did something. Out of your own will, you still did something to that person. So hell yeah, they're gonna be mad. But at the end of the day, the best thing you can do for you and for them is to grow up and own up to it.
Mhm.
Because if you don't, what's the point? And then you're
Accountability.
just gonna stay there and lie to their face the whole time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me, bro.
But how can you willingly look the person that you supposedly love directly in the face and lie to them? No
And
matter
you don't
how big
care.
or how small the lie is, how can you sit there and lie to them in
Some
the
people,
first place?
like, I'm gonna be 100%. Some people just don't care. There
Clearly
are
It's
they
just
don't
evil,
care.
bad
bro.
people. There are just bad people out here, and some people just don't care.
Because it's like if you go into a relationship, the main things of the relationship always is going to be trust, it's going to be communication, and it's going to be loyalty. Those are the main three things in the relationship. Because if you don't have trust in that person, you're going to overthink and you're going to have, okay, wait, what's going on? Why is this person acting this way? If you don't trust that person. Now, I'm not saying that if you overthink, that doesn't mean you don't trust that person. Because obviously you can trust that person, but you can still overthink. But it's like it's also up to you to communicate that, and it's up to the other person to give you that reassurance. Because it's like, especially if they know that you overthink, then and you need reassurance, then they should have no problem giving it to you in the first place. And it's like if they don't, then there's a problem there because they're not taking your feelings and thoughts into consideration, and they're just brushing it off. But you can't be in a relationship with someone if you don't trust them and if you're just gonna lie to them. And it's just if you're just not gonna take their feelings into consideration, because you have to communicate about everything in a relationship, no matter what, how you feel, what you're thinking, whatever the case may be. You can't go and run to other people about your relationship. How the hell
I
does that
was
work?
gonna say that. I
Like
was gonna
you
ask,
can't
like,
run. Hmm,
go ahead, finish. My fault.
you can't run to other people about your relationship. Like especially if they're the first person you go to and you don't even go to your partner about it.
Mhm.
That's fucked up. Because it's like, why are you going to other people about your relationship in the first place? You're not with them. You're not dating that person. You're the person that you should go to about your relationship is your partner. Regardless of how
That's a
mad you
fact.
are, or this and the third, at the end of the day, you're having an issue. And the only person you should be speaking about it is the person you're with. Because at the end of the day, your friend is going to have their own biased opinion, but at the end of the day, their opinion doesn't matter because they're not in the relationship. So why does their opinion matter to you? The only people's opinions that matter is yourselves and your partners.
But let me just
You
say, it also
shouldn't be going to
depends. It
someone
also
else.
depends on what that person says, because if the opinion is unbiased, then it can have some sort of effect. If it's
Yeah,
a biased opinion, that's different. But we
Yeah.
can't
yeah.
just
Because at the
say
end of
we
the day,
can't just say
it's
outside
your friend. At
opinions
the
don't
end, they're
matter,
gonna side with you. Yeah,
because
it does matter, 100%.
it just depends on who's saying it, how they're saying it, and what the bias is behind it. But
Mhm.
if it's from a neutral standpoint, that's different. If you're looking
Yeah,
for advice,
because
that's
it's like they're
different.
taking both people into consideration, and instead of them just taking instead of them just taking just one person's feelings and just thinking of their friend, not thinking of both parties. But it's like still, if you're having a problem in the relationship or if you're feeling some type of way, no matter what, the person you should go to is your partner. There's no one else you should go to because it's like you're not having an issue with that person. You're having an issue with your partner. So sit down and communicate that. Not tell everyone else about it and then not tell your partner. Because at the end of the day, if you're having an issue, you can't just assume that that's going to change randomly. At the end of the day, your partner doesn't know that there's an issue. Everyone else does,
Mhm.
but he or she doesn't. So it's like, how is the problem going to get fixed if they don't even know that there's a problem? Because you didn't say anything to them. You said it's something to everyone else, but not to them. So it's like, how is that going to work? Like, if it's bothering you that your partner's doing something or they're not doing something, say that. There's no reason that you should have not said something in the first place. If it really bothered you that much, say something. At the end of the day, they can't read your mind. They don't know your thoughts. 'Cause especially if you're hiding how you're feeling from them, they can't tell because you're purposely hiding it so you don't see it. So it's like, how are they supposed to know?
Mhm.
Does anybody else have anything to say?
Now, I think we should low key switch topics because we've been talking about this for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. Um, do do you think people ever really change?
Um. Hell
Uh,
yeah.
Why do you think that?
I'm so different. I'm not. I'm just like me from freshman year and me from now. Those are two different people. Me from freshman year and me from like fifth grade are two completely different people. And then like me from like third grade and from like fifth grade are two completely different people. I've gone through many stages of having to be different people. So I think people definitely change.
well,
You really
yeah.
gotta want change though, because you can't just like oh, I'm gonna change and just do it. That's not how
Yeah,
that works, bro. You have
nah,
to
nah.
actually work for that
It's
change.
discipline.
You have
And
to, yeah, word.
there's different types of
Like you
change.
have to want to change for the better of yourself.
Yeah.
Like you can't just do it because someone else is telling. No, you have to do it because
Nah.
you
If you
want to
don't
do it, and so
exactly.
it betters you as a person, as a human being, as a friend, as a partner, whatever the case may be. You have to want to better yourself. No, because at the end of the day, no one else can force you to do something you don't want to do. You
Mhm.
have to want to do it, and you have to want to better yourself.
Indeed.
Do you think people could change in relationships?
If
Yeah.
they
Because there's good
like, if
change
they
and there's
really
bad
give it a
change.
try,
Yeah, again, you just gotta try. You gotta want it.
You have to want to
that's
change.
really
Because if
all
you don't
it
want to
comes down to.
change, it's not gonna work.
All your relationships comes like any of them come down to is you trying to keep them as that, a relationship.
Because
You
if you're
keep
not
you
trying, then it's
maintain
like,
it.
what's the point?
You do the little things that matter here and there.
But it can also be bad
That's
change.
what I said.
But that
Yeah.
is
There
true.
Yeah,
can
like
be
you were
There
bad
can
change,
saying.
yeah.
definitely be negative changes.
But again, if there's bad change, communicate that.
Yeah.
If there's bad change and it's making you feel away, say that. Sit down with that person and
And
say
then
that.
they have to try to make it change for the better.
Exactly. They have to want the change. They have to want the good change. Because if they don't want the good change after you said that there needs to be a change, then don't be with that person.
Hmm.
But that doesn't mean, and here's another thing I also wanna put in here real quick. If there's an issue in a relationship, right?
Hmm.
And it's like you you admitted and said that there was, and that person was like, okay, I'm gonna fix it. Both
Allow
have to
them.
want to fix the issue. Because at the end of the day, huh?
What?
You said how?
I said allow them.
Oh yeah. Because it's like at the end of the day, it doesn't require one person to fix it. It requires two people because it's like that person has to want to fix it, and you have to want to let them fix it. And if you don't want to let them fix it, then it's like it's always going to be a problem. Because it's like, how are you going to be in a relationship and then there's a problem and only one person wants to fix it? That's not how that's supposed to work. Yeah, both have to want to fix it. And it's like if you see the change, then it's like everything should be good. There's no reason for anything else to happen about that topic at all. Because I think that you saw the change and you saw the change for the better. So it's like, what's the issue? And it's like another thing is like when things get hard in a relationship, don't give up.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
keep
It's
fighting.
like
Okay.
exactly, you have to keep fighting.
I
Because it's
don't.
like if you love that person and want that person, you're gonna find a way to make it work. You're not just gonna give up and be like, I can't do it.
Don't give
People
up.
think that these
But
like 50-year-long marriages out here happen with no bumps in the road, bro.
yeah, it's
Exactly. Like
unrealistic.
Facts.
there's people who have been married for 7. You know how many issues they probably had in that 7. There's probably a
But
point in
listen,
time where yeah, they probably lost a little bit of feelings, but at the end of the day, that's where the real love comes in. Feel me? Because that's where you have to want and choose to stay.
but listen,
Not just because
that
you just
comes
lost a
at
little bit of feelings and just unsure. No, clearly you with that person for a reason. So you gotta stay and fight and choose to love that person. Feel me?
but
My bad,
also
Dante. I
with
low key cut you
caution,
off like
bro.
3
With
times.
caution.
Oh,
Like
100%. You gotta
obviously
be precaution.
you
I
have
ain't
you
me.
there's nothing wrong with not
My
giving
bad.
up,
WWE.
but if there are so many signs that showing this isn't good for you, you're
Get at
better
him.
off giving up. Because now
Yeah,
it's
because it's
you're
like
putting
if
yourself on the line.
Because it's like if you're trying with that person and that person ain't trying with you, it's just like, but that person is just still keeping you around. It's like, what's the point? What are you here for?
But I really want people to think like, how many arguments have you had with your own family? Like,
And like, how many
what are
arguments
you
and back and forth have you had with your friends?
yeah, like, what do you think relationships are?
Exactly. Like, if I have an argument with any of you two, am I gonna stop being friends with you and give? Oh.
fuck, no.
I feel like you need problems. Like not need
Yeah.
problems, but
No,
Like,
but
at
like
the end
that's
of the
what
day, there has to-
reinforces the relationship.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Like
there
that's
has
just part
to
of
be
life.
problems at the end of the day. Not everything is perfect.
Mm-mm.
Like
Everything ain't gonna be
Facts.
sunshine and rainbows. There's gonna be bumps in the road. There's gonna be problems. But at the end of the day, you have to sit there
nothing
and see and
builds
choose to
up
fix
the
it.
relationship like
Then
problems
problems.
because when you go through problems together, then you both have
It-
that mutual understanding that you
Mhm.
both decided that okay, we had issues, we still here, we coolin', we
And
really
it's
down
like
to be here.
and it reinforces the relationship because it's like it builds the relationship stronger. Because it's like when there's issues, depending on how major the issue is, okay, yeah, it might push y'all like a little bit back and a little apart, but at the end of the day, you two are the ones who have to push each other back together. And y'all have to choose to stay. Y'all have to both want it and both fight for it. Cause it's like if that's what y'all both want, if y'all want each other, y'all gonna make it work. Y'all gonna sit there and find a solution. But if one person wants it to work and the other don't, it ain't gonna work. Cause
Mhm.
that's like one person's reaching out and the other one's walking away, so it ain't gonna. So it's like, what's the point? Y'all both have to want to fix it. Y'all both have to sit down with each other and talk about it and fix it. Cause if not, it ain't gonna work. Nothing's gonna happen. But it's like there has to be relationships in the problem. Always has to be relationships in the problem. Not always, but like
I think you meant to
there
say
has to
that
be
the
some
other way.
bumps on the road.
You said
The-
relationships in the
My-
problem. You mean? Wait.
My bad, guys. My bad, guys. I said it wrong.
he might
A
be fried,
relationship,
yeah.
there's gonna be problems in the relationship, no matter what. You can't avoid it. You can't stop it from happening. There's always gonna be something to do. But what you can stop from happening is going away and pushing each other away.
Yeah.
Because what you're supposed, those are the when there's problems, those are supposed to be the moments where you need each other the most. Where you need to bring those are the moments where you two need to be together. Yeah, like those are what's supposed to build you stronger, not pull you apart. It's supposed to make you guys stronger. But again, it also comes down to if that person wants it. If one person doesn't want it, it's not gonna work. Because the other person is trying and reaching out and the other person gave up. You can't give up when things get hard. That's not how that works. Because if you're giving up when things get hard, what's the point of the relationship? You weren't here to fight. What was the point? You didn't stay by that person's side when they needed you the most. You walked away. Oh my god, I'm spitting. Oh my god.
I'm gonna say something I said recently, and it's that a lot of people want to have communication, but they're not willing to sit down and listen to what's actually going on.
Mm-hmm.
They like sitting in their little bubble of what they think is going on,
They
and
try to be
they
right.
live with that, and they just live with that as the truth.
Because they would rather sit there and have the problem still be there and feel a way about it than sit down and have that conversation and talk about how they're feeling and talk about how both parties are feeling and come to a compromise for each other. The only person that they're thinking about in that situation is themselves. They're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about the relationship. They're just thinking about
Mhm.
themselves. And at the end of the day, that's gonna come back to bite them in the ass because if that person decides to walk away from you forever, and now you're like, okay, now I'm good. No, it's too late for that. You push that person out the door. They walked out the door. They're gone. And now you have to regret that and live with that because it's like when you had them and you saw that they were trying, you didn't want it. You gave up. So now when they gave up, you can't expect them to still be there. Because at the end of the day, tomorrow's never promised, so people aren't going to be here forever. At the end of the day, like I said, tomorrow's not promised. Nothing is ever promised. The only thing that's promised in life is death. So you have to live life to the fullest regardless, no matter what. So it's like if you got something on your mind, if you want to say something to a person, say that today, right now. Because at the end of the day, you don't even know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow. You could go to sleep and never wake up again.
For real.
And you could have had
Is
so
this a
much on your
threat?
chest that you no. But it's like you could have had so much that you wanted to say to this person and you never got the chance to because now they're gone or now you're gone. And there's so many things that you wanted to say and do and express and you can't do that now because you lost that opportunity.
Hmm.
So once you push that person out the door and they walk away for good, they're not coming back. Because you shown the reason that they're out the door in the first place is because you put them there. You shown them that you didn't want that person here. So why are they gonna stay when you don't want them here? So they're gonna walk away, and then when you try to open that door and get them there, they're not there. They're gone. They walked away. The moment you pushed them out that door, they were gone, and they did not look back. Oh my God, I'm cooking. Jesus. Does anybody else have anything to add on to what I said?
Nah, because then you gonna keep going.
Nah. Yeah.
Change it, bro.
Y'all got any other questions here?
Let me see.
I know you might have a little son, Dante, or special guest. Anybody got a little question? Alex look hella locked in over there. What the hell?
Has to do the craziest 5-trick sequence.
That boy playing skate.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too. Hmm.
Damn, did I cook too much? Motherfuckers don't got no questions no more. Damn, my bad, guys.
Well, I had a question and now, like, I was letting you cook, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna forget it, and I forgot.
Forgot it.
Should have wrote it down on your phone.
I should have, bro.
Why? All right. My question is, why do you think people spread their trauma?
They don't want to deal with it themselves. They tend. That's like the term hurt people. The reason why people spread their trauma on others is because they haven't come to terms with it themselves, and they don't want to face it, so they just put it on other people.
But what if they're using it to like connect with someone?
Yeah.
There's a way
Mm,
to use it though, because it's like if you're using it and it's like you can see that you're hurting that person, then it's like you have to stop. It gets to a point. And it's like, okay, yeah, if you're using it to connect with a person, okay, that's understandable, but you have to also be mindful of that person and their feelings.
Hmm.
Because if I'm using my trauma to try and connect with you, and it's hurting you, it's not gonna work. Because I'm hurting you, so it's not gonna work. I have to try to find a way to compromise it a little bit, so that way it works for me, it works for us. Oh God, I'm cooking. Okay, I cooked enough, guys. You guys had to say something. I've been cooking like this whole time, yo. So like, start cooking.
bro, you
Huh?
can't just tell somebody to start cooking out of nowhere, bro. Cause you talking a lot, so it's like if
my bad, son.
if-
My bad, son.
if you covering most things, there's no reason to talk. Cause there's no.
Hey, I be waiting for y'all to say something, but
No, you don't.
So I should be taking the
No,
lead.
you don't.
Yeah, you sure
Uh-huh.
don't, twin.
Yo, nah, that's not what we gonna do. The moment I asked the question, you started answering
Nigga
immediately.
started, bro. Yo.
Alright, my bad, guys. My bad, guys. Go ahead,
been
take
on
the lead.
it,
Take the.
bro.
Let me take a step back.
Yo, thinker,
Go ahead,
you
guys.
thinking anything?
What am I thinking about?
Like Haisel
Fried.
started off cooking. He was talking a lot, and then as time went on, Isaiah was just
Isaiah
like,
started talking and I'm done. I was like, damn, nigga, I bet. I don't got nothing
my
to say.
bad, my bad, sir. My bad. My bad.
Nah, fried.
That's actually hilarious. Um,
Damn.
hold on. Oh, so this is more of a life question, and I already know
Where
what
he
my
went?
answer would be for this. He probably wants to get food, bro. He's big.
Fat.
This question is.
Yo, why y'all talking shit over there? Yo, what's up, y'all?
Is
Can you
fail-
go for a walk around the crib?
Oh my god, bro! I'm gonna hurt you.
Okay, bro.
Let
Bye,
me
bye, bye,
talk.
bye, bye.
And this, I want to hear Alex and Haisel answer this. Is
Uh-huh.
failure necessary for success, or can someone truly succeed without major setbacks?
You definitely need setbacks. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Um,
if everything is just no setbacks, and how can you like learn to deal with stuff?
I don't
Mm,
think you have succeeded if you've never had a setback. I don't think you understand what it means to succeed. Like it's nothing to you since you've never had to, fail.
Yeah, you can't succeed without failing.
mm. Yeah, I was gonna say the
Like you
same thing. I feel like success comes from failure. Like for
Facts.
you
example,
have to strive
if
for that.
like
Yeah, cause
you're like let's use this as an example, like playing basketball. You're not going to get better if you're not failing. Because you're not gonna start off good. Yeah, there's people that have talent. Yeah, there's people that have athleticism. But ultimately, you have to build that foundation in order to become better, a better player. Whether that's through your skill, whether that's through your IQ, all of this matters, and it comes from failure. The players that are in the NBA, they're in the NBA for a reason. Yeah, they're talented. Yeah, they worked hard, but they also failed, and it pushed them to succeed. And that's just with life in general.
I think there's also a very big thing to focus on, and it's the fact that the people that are in positions like that, like in the NBA, they took every little thing as a failure and they decided to improve on that
Yeah.
and build on that. Where not just anything major, they focus on every little thing and decided to improve on it, which is why they're so good at what they do.
Yeah. Ooh, I like this question.
can I
Ooh,
can I cook now, guys? Can I cook real quick?
bruh. you wanna
Can I cook real quick?
what do you wanna say?
He
What do you
itching, bro.
He
You can really
definitely
do
in,
this.
bro.
So it's like you can't, like I said, you can't succeed without failing because it's like at the end of the day, if you're just going to straight success without having failed once, you're not gonna know what it's like to fail. And then when you finally fail, it's gonna hurt you because at the end of the day, you never failed before, so you don't know what to do. So it's like you're like, how do I get back up from this? But if you failed before, obviously you got back up and you kept going. You might have fell back down a few more times, but then you still got up. So it's like for you to succeed, you have to fail. Because at the end of the day, you're not gonna know what it's like to never give up. You're not gonna know how to get back up and to keep going. You're just gonna give up because you're like, what the hell? How do I do this? You just stuck. I cooked a little bit. I didn't want to cook too hard, guys.
All right, so why does this shit keep doing that? My bad.
Eat your.
No, it's not even that. Something keep popping up on my screen. It's pissing me off. My next question is, which do you guys think is more important between confidence and discipline? I already know my answer, but I'm gonna let y'all talk first.
Huh.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
That's interesting question.
Mm,
Confidence and
got
discipline.
that brain moving.
Dante finally cooked with a good credit. Let me saw.
All right, you see, you've been yapping this whole damn time.
Um,
My bad. Damn.
and more
My bad.
important in terms of what?
Just in terms of just like in general, like which would be more important to have between the two? Like, is it better? Is it more important to be
I
more
don't
confident,
know,
or is
cause
it more important to be disciplined and have discipline in yourself? I can answer if
cause
that will
like
help you. Like,
I want to see your answer, cause I'm just thinking about like the way the world is right now, and I'm like hella undisciplined people right now are in very hot positions.
yeah,
So it's like they're doing good for themselves and
my
they're very undisciplined,
my answer to that for me is confidence, because the
right?
thing is, a lot of people struggle
So
with confidence. It's a very common thing. But when you have confidence, it allows you to lift yourself up and do better for yourself in any aspect of your life, regardless
yeah,
of what it is.
I feel that.
You can have discipline in something, but what's that discipline if you're not confident? Like, imagine you go to the gym, right? You're disciplined, you go to the gym, you work out, whoop de whoop, but you're not even confident in your physique. So, what was that for? What is that discipline
Mm.
for? If you're not even confident in your abilities, if you're not confident in yourself. Confidence is important in every single aspect of life, regardless of what you do, whether that be if you want to be a basketball player, whether you want to be a teacher, whether you want to be a content creator. Like, you have to be confident in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you?
That's a bar right there, Twan.
You have to have confidence. Confidence is like the top of the top. If you don't have confidence, you're gonna struggle. And there's many different forms of confidence as well. Physical confidence, mental confidence. They're all important though. Now obviously discipline is important. That's a fact. If you're not disciplined, you're fucked. But at the same time, if we're comparing the two, you have to have confidence. You have to. Because if you're not confident in yourself, no one's going to be confident in you. So that's all I have to say about that.
That boy Dante was cooking.
If you
He
like,
was that cooking.
if you let's say like let's use this as an example, right? Let's talk about girls. A lot of men struggle with confidence when it comes to girls, but a lot of girls like confident men. And the thing is, it don't sometimes it's not even about looks. There's people that aren't even the best looking, but they can still do very well when it comes to female attention because they're confident in themselves and they know how to lift themselves up and they know how to carry themselves around women. And that's how they succeed. You have to have that confidence. That's all I gotta say.
Absolute cook.
Damn, how long we been on this for?
Oh, a hot minute.
It's about to be five.
Yeah, it's about to be
A
Oh.
hot minute, bro. We've been yapping about love for minutes on.
Well, I think. Hold on, let me check how long we've been recording for.
I don't know.
An
I've been streaming
hour.
for an hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah, an hour and 2 minutes. Damn. Well, I think with that being said, I don't, do you guys want to touch on what I just said, or do you think I covered it? Or
I think you kind of covered it low key.
Yeah,
like you dad covered it. Confidence gets you
Well-
the furthest in life.
well, all right. So since we've been on here for an hour, we're gonna end this episode here because
Or we don't want to make this episode 3 hours long
Yeah,
because
and also, we don't know, like Hysel, Alex, and Isaiah, they might have stuff they want to do. So we're gonna end this episode here. All right, bro. We're gonna end this episode here. But obviously Alex, Hysel, thank y'all for being on this episode. I really
yes,
appreciate y'all.
sir.
I clap
Yeah.
y'all.
W guys, W guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
really
Thank y'all
appreciate-
boys for having us, bro.
I
Facts.
appreciate y'all for joining us because it's always nice to have extra opinions because it allows you to think. It allows you to think in ways you weren't thinking before. So for that, I'm
And y'all
like,
just
facts.
connect and go off of each other like,
so I really
Yeah.
appreciate that. Isaiah appreciates that, and this
Yes,
obviously
there's
this probably ain't gonna be the last time y'all on here. Realistically,
Definitely
I was
not.
definitely finna
Yeah,
ask.
nah,
Definitely
yeah.
It's not
finna
gonna-
run this back.
It's
Yeah,
not
y'all
gonna
gonna
be
y'all
like-
gonna be a repeat. Y'all gonna be on here.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be on here a lot.
you feel me?
I got a few things to say, yeah.
Yeah, so we definitely gonna figure that out.
Gotta have the late night stream. Gotta have a late night
Indeed,
podcast.
indeed.
We're not ready for that.
That's when it gets real, though. That's
So with that being said, guys, thank y'all for watching this episode of the Our Perspective podcast. I appreciate y'all for
Yes,
tuning
sir.
in.
Next episode next Friday. Tune in to that.
And
And in about 2 weeks, you might have another special guest. Who knows?
yeah, with that being said,
Gotta find out.
see y'all in the next episode.
That being said,
Bye
see ya.
bye.
Bye.